is this topic is like most of the world, most of the people in the world, if you like slightly inclined towards Krishna or little favorable towards devotional service, but they will try to escape devotional service by using this word. They will try to escape devotional service by using this word. It's called karma yoga. नहीं, हम तो कर्म करते हैं. These people say that we believe on doing karma. हम कर्म करते हैं तो कर्म किए जा, फल की चिंता मत कर. This is sometimes a quote, and once I asked a person, ये लिखा कहाँ है, कर्म किए जा फल की चिंता मत कर. बोलो गीता में दिया है. बोलो कहाँ दिया है गीता में, दिखाइए. कहीं नहीं दिया है गीता में, हमने पूरी गीता पढ़ ली. He has no answer for it, but बोले कि कर्म किए जा फल की चिंता मत कर. There is a श्लोका कर्मण्यवाधिकारस्ते माँ फलेषु कदाचन. Then one more line is there. Ma karm fal hetur mate sangosta karmani. So like other two are mate sangosta karmani. That is like don't get attached to not doing a duty, and don't think yourself to be the doer of the activity. You are not the doer. Yesterday sir explained that there are three doers, not you. You are not the only doer. You desire, then Paramatma sanctions, and then material nature provides ingredients. So today we will discuss about Karma Yoga. So here I will read and then I will explain what it is there. So here sir writes that each one of us has a certain nature. Based on this nature, one relishes certain type of work. In particular, Karma Yoga is prescribed to those who are attached to performing actions according to their nature. According to their nature. Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 3.14, Annad bhavanti bhutani parjanya anna sambhavo yajñād bhavati parjanyo yajña karma samodbhavam. So, all living bodies subsist on food grains, which are produced from rains. And rains are produced from yajna, and the yajna is born of prescribed duties. So, here, like Krishna is straightforwardly saying, how you get, basically, everyone needs food, and how it is generated food. Food is generated by rains. Rains happens when everyone does his duty properly. So now we have to understand which duties Krishna is talking about. So here the answer writes, but how do we know what is our nature? So two things are, according to your nature, you should do duty, and corresponding prescribed duty. This is described in Bhagavad Gita. Any society at a given time will have four classes of people: intellectuals, administrators, businessmen, and labor class. Okay, these are the four varieties. These four classes are defined according to their one's qualities and occupation as per Bhagavad Gita 4.13. So this is the division is not based on the caste or the birth. There's nowhere birth is a criteria for your nature. Birth is not a criteria for your nature. Nature is based on the kind of quality you are having, guna and karma. So what kind of activity you are doing. Not only you should have quality, but at the same time you should have activity corresponding to your quality. That describes your nature. So here Bhagavad Gita 4.13 says, Chatur varnam maya shrishtam guna karma vibhagisha tasya kartaram api mam viddhi akartaram avyayam. So which means, according to the three modes of material nature and the work ascribed to them, prescribed, okay, it's same only. The four divisions of human society were created by me, and although I am the creator of this system, you should know that I am yet the non-doer, being unchangeable. So here the translation says that there are three modes of material nature, according to which there are four divisions of guna and karma. The four divisions of guna and karma. These four orders are of. So how can we distinguish? Like somebody can be intellectual, somebody can be administrator, somebody can be a businessman, and somebody would be a Service provider, as sir says, service provider. Then further qualification, sir discuss. Lord Krishna is saying that these four orders of the society are based on guna and karma. Guna means qualities and karma means action. Any society will have a class of people who is intellectual, who are born administrators, some who are businessmen and some who are workers. We cannot have a society without these four classes because different people are meant for different work. Suppose one is an intellectual and is sent to a road, he will not be able to work properly. One must support his or her qualities with similar actions as well. An intellectual is a person who contributes to the society by giving it the true knowledge. Simply taking birth in a Brahmin family does not make an individual intellectual. Similarly, unless somebody is contributing in terms of leadership to the society, he cannot be called as an administrator or a Kshatriya. By the same token, a businessman's contribution is in terms of wealth creation. Nobody is inferior or superior. Everyone has his or her role in a Vedic society. So here it is like India's caste system. Sir is also pointing out that this should not be considered that one is higher or one is lower. Everyone is contributing as per his own capacity. So this can be possible in a Krishna conscious society only, where we give equal importance to each and every devotee. Yes, they do services according to their own qualities and activities. But all devotees we consider equal. This cannot be possible in a materialistic or even a normal society, what we call. Normal is basically material world only. Here normal is bad only. But in this material world or the normal society, this discrimination is always there. Those who are leaders, they are considered higher. Those who are service providers, they simply like work on the instructions of their master. They are considered to be lower people. And those who are like businessmen, money making people, they are considered to be important. So in this way, there is a demarcation in terms of social respect and social prestige associated with this. But all these are equal when all these are done in Krishna conscious society. So like in Krishna conscious society, whether you are doing service, whether you are providing leadership, whether you are giving knowledge to others, or you are creating wealth for expanding this movement, in all cases, you are simply, everyone is equal. Okay, everyone is considered equal. So that is the beauty of this Krishna conscious society. Everyone is valued equally. So, therefore, an elevated person sees everyone on an equal footing, as Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Vidya vinay sampanne pandite gavi hastini suni chaiva supakecha pandita samadarshina. So this pandita samadarshina, equal eyes, like sees this sthavar jangam na dekhi, the equivalent shloka is the one who is self-realized. What he does? Sthavar jangam na dekhe tara murti sarvasya dekhe nijar ishtadeve rasfurti, which means he doesn't see whether you are sthavar or jangam. He does not see that you are animate or inanimate, means whether you are a tree or a animal. Sthavar jangam. Sthavar means stationary and jangam means moving. Sthavar jangam na dekhe tara murti. Murti means some people are beautiful, some people are not so beautiful, some people are tall, some people are short. So he does not see the murti. Sthavar jangam na dekhe tara murti sarvasya dekhe nijar ishtadeve rasfurti. Hare Krishna. Is anyone there? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Please reply in chat if you can hear me. Okay, fine. So I was there. So similar quote is there. Samadarshina, Pandita Samadarshina. So I was telling that, about from Chaitanya Charitamrita, the shloka was Sthava Jangam na dekhi na dekhe tara murti sarvasva dekhe nijarishta devera surti, which means the one who is actually intelligent does not see sthavar. Sthavar means stationary, or jangam, which is moving. Then dekhe tara murti, whether someone is beautiful or someone is ugly, he does not discriminate. Everyone, in everyone, what he sees, Nija Ishtadevera Spurti. Who is Ishtadev of a devotee? Krishna. So he sees in everyone heart, who is there? Krishna is there. So in everyone heart, Krishna is there. So this is like, um, the biggest understanding a devotee has, that, in everyone heart, who is there? Krishna is there. So this is what an intelligent person does. So I will read further. I think screen is not visible. Prabhu, if you can look into it, it will be good. So further, Sir writes that, the humble sage, by the virtue of true knowledge, sees with equal vision a learned and gentle Brahmana, a cow, an elephant, a dog, or a dog eater. So everyone he able to treat equally. Only a devotee can do that. So if you want to become a Pandita, so and you want to be like see everyone with Samadarshina, so then you have to see that everyone is part and parcel screen. Okay. So I was talking that if you want to become a Pandita, then you have to have this understanding that everyone, in everyone's heart, who is there? Krishna is there. If everyone's heart Krishna is there, then only you will be able to see everyone with equal vision. Like you see a grasshopper, don't see a grasshopper. See that okay, Krishna is in his heart. If you some ants are passing by, don't step over it, because Krishna is there in his heart. So when you see everyone everywhere, that in his heart Krishna is there, then you will be able to see everyone as equal. That in his heart, who is there? Krishna is there. In my heart also Krishna is there. When I'm doing something wrong, I'm thinking something wrong, Krishna is watching. So in everyone's heart, not in every other living entity's heart, even in my heart Krishna is there. So you able to see Krishna everywhere. Okay, so the dignity of every occupation is same as long as one connects one's action with Supreme Lord. Let us see the qualities associated with each class. So everyone has some qualities and nature, but the most important thing is you have to connect it to the service of the Supreme Lord. So how to do that? Let's see first the qualities. What is the qualities? And try to figure it out. In which section you belong to. What is the nature? Okay. So first comes the intellectual class, or the Brahmana. So what are the symptoms, or what are the qualities of a Brahmana? Peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, knowledge, wisdom, religiousness. These are the natural qualities by which Brahmana works. Now it is there. Okay, so their Brahmana's qualities: peaceful, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, knowledge, wisdom, religiousness. These are the natural qualities by which Brahmana works. Second, Kshatriyas. Kshatriyas have heroism, power, determination, resourcefulness, courage in battle, generosity, leadership, are natural qualities by which a Kshatriya works. Okay. Then farming, cow protection, business are natural work for the business class, and for the labor class, prescribed duties is service to others. Okay. So these are the four different classes having four different kind of service. Hare Krishna, is it visible? I don't know. I can't see anyone. Hare Krishna. Okay, so Prabhuji, how can we understand our nature? So our nature, that is good thing. Like we have, so we'll stop it here and we'll take some question answers. I think we have 2-3 questions. So first thing is given, what is our nature? How to identify? Am I is it functioning? Hare Krishna? Yeah. So the first question is, Prabhuji, should we strive to re-establish Varna system? So Varna system, Varnashram, actually, Varnashram, if you are telling, it is always there. It is always there. Varnashram is never lost. Even today it is there. Intellectuals are there, administration is there, business is there, and people are providing service, jobs. People are doing jobs for serving whom? Those who are making money, the entrepreneurs, the businessmen. People are working for them, and there are intellectual class who are doing research. And there is administration class. They are running the governments. So all classes are there, but this is called Asuri Varnashram, and one is called Devi Varnashram. Devi Varnashram, Krishna is the center. In Asuri Varnashram, sense pleasure is the center. They consider that everyone should gratify their senses fearlessly. That's what the purpose of Asuri Varnashram. They make administration facilities. They create knowledge. They give protection only for the sake of propagating that everyone should have easy access to sense gratification. So the Varnashram is there. Only thing which is missing is Krishna is missing. You include Krishna with them, everything will be perfect. The normal Varnashram, already administrators are there, already Brahmanas are there, already intellectuals are there, administrators are there, business people are there, service providers are there. If you connect them to Krishna, then naturally everything will become Krishna conscious. Only thing is absence of Krishna is the real problem. Okay, so how to understand your nature? So nature actually, sometimes, we observe ourselves, that is one understanding, and then we consult from Brahmana. Brahmana means the one who is more advanced in terms of seeing people. So like generally we approach a spiritual person, and that spiritual person, he observes us, our activities. We stay near a spiritual person, and seeing our activities, he is able to make a judgment. Okay, you have Rajagun, you have Tamagun, you have Satogun. So you have these gunas. Based on that, if you select this kind of profession, that would be good for you. So a spiritual person who is having more experience in terms of this exposure to this world, he can say, and he must be a spiritual person. Why? Because they are empowered by Krishna, and they will be able to tell you more about you. Okay, so you can also detect few things like, okay, but that would be a biased one, because you will always make a good opinion about yourself. You will not see either side of it. And many aspects you won't be able to see about yourself. So those things only a person observing you from outside can tell, which things of you are your strength and which are your weaknesses. So the one who has tested you, the one who has observed you. Okay, so then you have asked, one of Chiranjit has asked, Prabhuji, how can we connect God through Karma Yoga? So Karma Yoga means doing the activity for Krishna, giving the results to Krishna. I remember, Karma Yoga is for the people, for those who don't want to give anything to Krishna. Even Karma Kand, there is section Vedas called Karma Kand that is designed for people who don't want to do anything for Krishna. I used to hear a joke, in this, what used to happen? There was a person, he was sinking, and there were two people who went there to help him. So these two people were telling, "Arey, mera haath lo, mera haath lo, mera haath pakdo, mera haath lo," and this person was not taking. So then uske piche wala usko bolta hai, the person behind said him, "Hey, don't tell him ki mera haath lo." Sorry, I just joke ka wo maza hi chala gaya. Anyways, so he was a businessman basically, the one who is dying, wo Marwadi tha. Basically, Marwadi are very good in business. So he was sinking, and what happened? He was like, usko bola apna haath do, and he was not giving. So piche wale ne bola, "Arey, isko bolo mera haath lo." तो बोला कि अच्छा ठीक है. Then he said, मेरा हाथ लो, तो तुरंत पकड़ लिया. तो बोलता, अरे these people have a tendency कि मर जाएंगे लेकिन देंगे नहीं, कुछ भी लेने के लिए बोलो तो तुरंत ले लेंगे. So the one who don't want to give, donations नहीं देना चाहते, for them जो कर्म कांड section है that proposes some higher level of sense gratification, that if you give donations, if you give cow in charity, if you give cloths in charity, if you feed others, you will get some punya by which you can enjoy better facility in this life and in next life. So by this, people enjoys. But now if you do the donations for Krishna, if you are intellectual, you are giving knowledge for free to others for Krishna. If you are a Kshatriya, you are giving protection to the devotees, and try to expand Krishna consciousness movement. So your every activity, if you connect it to Krishna, that is Karma Yoga. Another way of Karma Yoga is giving donations, whatever you earn, from that earning, you give a part of your earning for propagation of Krishna consciousness movement. That is also a kind of connecting, a kind of Karma Yoga that comes in Karma Yoga. You do activities, but you give the fruits of your results of your activity to Krishna. Okay, you do your own results, you do your thing which you like to do, but you give the results to Krishna. In order to be a good administrator, you need to know the knowledge of administrative knowledge. You are Brahmin, somehow this analogy applies to other like businessmen and labor. In order to have, you need to know the knowledge of administration. Okay, it's something like, if you have administrator have two things, Administrator not only should be having knowledge of administration, it should have fearlessness to implement the administration. So suppose, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra are interdependent. Brahmanas have knowledge, but somehow they are not so powerful. The leaders are powerful, but for intelligence, for knowledge, they depend on Brahmana. And for money, they dependent on the businessman. Kshatriya gets money from businessmen and they get knowledge from Brahmana. Brahmanas get protection from the administrator and gets money from those whomsoever they give knowledge, they receive some donations. The money making class, they fear that koi unka paisa na chura le, somebody should not take away their money. So they, for protection, they depend on Kshatriyas, and for knowledge they depend on again Brahmanas. So you need knowledge of administration. Yes, it is available with all, administrative. Yes, Brahmanas can give knowledge to everyone in the society about their particular duties. And you talk about from an administrator teaching an administrator, that is also possible in terms of experience. If somebody is in a field for a long time, then he has something called experience. From that experience, if he says something, then that is also a kind of teaching. But if you want to know about all the basics, so every knowledge is given by Brahmana. Okay. Okay, there is another question. What is intellect? I think this is the last question I'm taking. So intellect is defined as how you, there are few more aspects to intellect. Like one is called memory, how much you can store, how much you can retain. Then second thing is recollection, how much you can recollect what has happened with you in past. So how much you can recollect. Then how much, if you read something, how much you can able to retain. Recollection, retention. And then you have something called application. When actual situation comes in front of you, and how you implement what you have learned from your background, how you implement it in front of you. So these are the aspect of intelligence. So these are generally tested in our interviews also. If you go for any MBA interview, if you ask an HR, they can tell you how to check effective intelligence. This is very basic. Effective intelligence, if you check based on HR standard also, you can get the answer of this thing, what is intellect. This intellect in terms of spiritual understanding, if you see, this is given by Krishna, beauty, intellect, strength, intellect, strength, and fame. These are not in our control. This is given to us based on our previous karma. What kind of intellect you will be having, how sharp will you be able to recollect, how sharply you will be able to retain, and how sharp you will be able to. So some initial intellect is given to us, and then based on that we further build because karma is not fixed, karma is dynamic. So something we had in the beginning of our birth, and then based on our activities, based on our guidance and activities and decisions we took in our life, based on that, this karma changes our intellect, fame, and other things as well. Okay, so thank you for your time. Okay, sorry I extended the time. Okay, Prabhu, any other questions? If no questions, okay, Prabhu, thank you for your time. Only thing is, in this platform I cannot have cannot hear you. That is the only problem I'm facing. If I can hear you from that end, that will be very good.
No, Prabhuji, you can hear also.
Oh, I am able to hear you. My voice is. Yeah.
But we didn't speak till now. You can hear 10 people can join at most.
Okay.
And it's also simultaneously going on YouTube, so the questions were from YouTube.
Oh, the question is on YouTube. Oh my God. I don't want to be so famous. Okay. Thank you for your time, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.